If you've just graduated from college or are about to graduate, it could be undergrad or even graduate school, but you're looking for a job opportunity, you might want to stick around because in this video, I'm going to walk you through the one thing I did to help me get an edge over the other candidates and land my dream job, and how you can do the same as well. So stick around. Hey folks, Richard Walls here, and if you're new to the channel, what I'm all about is helping you with your professional branding, your career development, and personal finance. And if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button down below. And if you want to see more stuff like this, there's a subscribe button down there as well. And make sure to hit the little bell, which I just learned about, a little bell that gives you notification on when new videos are posted. So with that out of the way, let's get to it. So it starts off with my senior year in college, and I'm set to graduate in December. So that whole entire fall, very heavily recruiting. And I've got a short list of companies that I'm interested in. One of them I happen to gravitate towards more than the rest. That one company was Dell, and it was here in Austin, technically Round Rock, and where I was already going to school and where I would like to live. And it was in tech, which I enjoyed. It was with a company I deeply admired. And then the best part is it was in marketing and sales, which is what I'm going to school for, or what I will have gone to school for. So anyways, I'm really excited about this opportunity. Naturally, I apply and find out sometime later that my interview is next week. And because I was deeply interested in this opportunity, and because I also knew that there were other folks that might have been applying that might have had a better GPA or might have had more extracurriculars or more work experience. They've got a lot of these things going for them, so I knew I had to bring my A game. Now, before I go any further and go into the one thing that I did to help me stand out from the rest of the candidates, I will preface with how companies vet out candidates. They're looking at a host of factors. They're looking at GPA, they're looking at extracurriculars, they're looking at work experience, they might look at referrals. So it's a lot of things that go into it. It's not just one thing. It's not just who has the best GPA or who has the most work experience. And then of course, when you get to the interview, it's also how you interview. They're trying to understand your personality. They're trying to also understand your thought process when it comes to certain situations. They might give you a hypothetical, or they might ask you to tell me a time when you did X, Y, and Z. Now I bring all that up to give you a little bit more context and set the stage of what I was already bringing to the table. So it's not like I could have done this one thing and that's it and that's what got me in. It's a lot of things that go into it, but one thing helped put me over the edge. So I had a fairly solid resume. I had a 3.5 GPA. I was very involved with the business school, with one of the business school organizations, and I had about a year of internship experience. I was also a teaching assistant for a marketing class at the two marketing classes at the university. So I had a lot of good attributes. However, I knew of folks that had a better GPA. They had more involvement with organizations. They had more work experience, maybe even better work experience. So again, like I mentioned earlier, there was other folks with a lot more going on for them. So again, this is where I had to find a way to stand out. So here's what I did. So like I mentioned earlier, I apply and I find out that I've got this interview a week from now. And I spend the entire week and weekend doing research. And what that research culminated in was a business marketing proposal. It was about 16 pages long, binded and laminated, of course. And it was a recommendation on how the company could better market. Now, the goal of that was twofold. One is I invest time in researching the company and coming prepared to the interview, of course, which is what I recommend anyone do. But the second thing is it allowed me to put together a body of work that I could then present to the hiring manager to let them know that I'm serious about this opportunity, and also here's a preview of what I can do. Now, putting together a business marketing proposal was a motion I was very familiar with because we have had many classes where that was what we did. So we had a lot of practice and I understood the structure pretty well. So that wasn't a big challenge, but I understand many of you may not have put together any kind of proposal like that. So in the description below, I've got some links that I'm going to share with you that can help you put that together, potentially for your next interview for an opportunity that you're really interested in. So get to the interview, and interview goes fine, goes well. And as we're parting ways, the hiring manager and I go to my backpack and I pull out the marketing proposal that I'd put together, and I hand it over and I simply say, hey, I put something together for the company. This is a marketing proposal. I had some ideas on how the company could better market their products and services. Now here's the thing, whether she actually read it or not, or read it thoroughly, or simply glanced at it, that's not terribly important. What is important though is that that was probably the best leave behind, in my mind, that any candidate could leave with the hiring manager to make that last impression, or not just a last impression, but a lasting impression, because that's something they can take back with them. They can refer to it later, because obviously they have your resume. Everyone's got their resume. But what stands out is, here's someone that put together a 16-page marketing proposal, again, binded and laminated, cannot stress that enough. And they were really serious about this opportunity. And I get to see a preview again of the type of work that they can do. And with that, I was fortunate enough sometime later to get a call with the offer. And the rest is history, and I've been there ever since. Now, what I just described to you was what I did. You don't have to you can do the same thing, you can do more, or you can do a little bit less. But here's the idea, is that you're putting together some work that's specific to that company to, one, let them know you're serious, but two, to let them know you've put a lot of thought into how you can improve the company. And like I mentioned, if you want to take a similar approach, which I highly recommend you do if there is an opportunity that you really want to pursue, I've got some links down in the description below with resources that will help you approach and structure your proposal, or structure whatever kind of work it is you're looking to do. Put that together and be ready for your next interview. I certainly hope this video helped, and if it did, and you found value in it, make sure to hit the like button down below. And if you want to see more content like this, of course, like I mentioned earlier, do subscribe and hit that little bell so you get notifications as soon as new videos pop up. Now, more important than anything else, if this helps you land a job, I would certainly love to know about it. So leave your comment down below if that is the case. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you around.